Welcome to my European Championship 2016 coverage. It's a little bit late for the qualifiers, but I wanted to review the friendlies, and once the tournament starts, I would also review the matches. We would see how um, previewing the matches would go. I would write some analysis, subjective and objective analysis in a blog style, and review using a video cast. Yesterday, England played Germany, and to the delight of a lot of England fans, there was um, a good result at the end of it. Um, I'm very pleased to see the improvement that the England squad has made. I'm not a huge fan of Hodgson's approach. I would say something very controversial here. I would have preferred somebody like Glenn Hoddle to take over, because I believe that if he was in charge of these young, talented, potentially very, very good players, he would be doing much better than what Hodgson is doing. Not to say that Hodgson hasn't done a good job, but I think he would have been doing something that is uh, less than what I think a better manager would be doing with the crop of players that they have. They have a fantastic opportunity right now, with the caliber of players that they have at their disposal to uh, reign in France, and not only that, but to build a team that possibly can win the World Cup. I know it's a stretch, but I've seen England squads over the years, and I know that what we have here are a group of special players. All that is needed now is for someone to pick the right 11 in the right positions, and to give them the right motivation. And I really, really honestly think that they would surpass a lot of people's expectations. Yesterday, I was very, very impressed. I was impressed with the defensive uh, uh, attitude and application of the England side. They got back quickly. They were able to stifle the Germans' attack right up front. They were able to get down to the front parts of the field, and were able to hold the Germans, pressure them right towards their own side of the field, and that was crucial because the Germans kept on making mistakes, and it was evident that from those mistakes, England were able to create a lot of opportunities. Unfortunately, they were not lethal enough. I believe when I watched the game from start to finish, I believe that there were opportunities for England to go ahead before Germany scored their goal that was disqualified. We saw it on the TV that it was clearly onside, and so that should have stood. But before that, England had some opportunities, and they should have been able to take those opportunities. I think going forward, that is the crucial thing for England, to find strikers and attacking midfielders that can take their opportunities. That's the difference between being an average player and being someone who can cut it on the world stage. There are players there, I believe, who can actually do it. I looked at Kane yesterday. I'm not quite sure whether his movements are the best. He was consistently coming back to help in the defensive side of things, which was good. But when the ball broke to the England players and they had possession, I didn't see him make himself available away from the ball in pockets of spaces, because that's the crucial thing when you get a hold of the possession. Most of the time I saw him, he was close to the ball, but was close to German defenders or players, which with his style of play is only useful when he's in the box. Um, I don't think he has a great pace, and therefore maybe that's why he doesn't want to go find himself a space where when the ball gets to him, he can run down with it towards the post. That's the kind of player he is. But he took his goal very well, and that put England back onto the part of recovering from the 2-0 two goals down situation, and that was important. Um, when Vardy came in, he was able to produce a brilliant goal, and I just worry whether he is the only one that actually can um, put on a mental state that is required at this stage to score goals, many goals, important goals. He came in, and the style that he used in scoring that goal just epitomizes what you need at that level. He was able to, in my opinion, think of these Germans as players, simply players that probably he meets every day. Hute in his team is a German, so he probably must have been thinking, there's nothing extraordinary about these people, and you need that for a striker, because so many times the England side were able to get uh, goal sight, and they just panicked. They just shot the ball. Ali did the same thing. Um, I can't remember who else was in a position where they needed to score. I think Kane once in a while. But what happened was that they could not hit the target, and I find it quite funny that as an attacking player, I don't know what they do during the trainings, but to me, it is crucial that when you are a striker who needs to score a lot of goals, your mentality should be that if you get five opportunities to score, your five balls need to hit the target. That's the standard at that level, not at the club level. At the national level, your mentality should be every single chance you get, you hit the target. You could be lucky, and the goalkeeper makes a mistake, or there's a deflection, and then he gets into the post. But the level at which you play at the national stage, strikers, attacking midfielders should be thinking every single opportunity I have, I should have the technical ability, I should have the wherewithal to hit the target, and that's when the goals start to come. Um, I find it quite funny sometimes when these strikers point blank miss the chance and they put their heads on their head like, oh, that was close, oh, I nearly. That isn't good enough. And if you want to dominate the world, if you want to dominate the football stage on the level that the Germans, the Spanish, the Brazilians, the French, the Italians have done in the past, you need to have strikers who will put that ball in positions where the goalkeeper will struggle to get it but on target. It was unfortunate. Let me run down through the team and make comments about each player. It was unfortunate for Butland to have got injured. We, most people accept that he probably is the number two to Joe Hart. and he got his opportunity, and he didn't do badly except for one or two places where he showed a little bit of panic, which wasn't good in my account. Kicking out the ball, he gave possession very easily. If you watch some of the goalkeepers in Premiership, like the Gay, and sometimes Courtois, you see that they actually uh, throw out the ball or kick the ball specifically to one of their own players, and rather just boot it out and hope for the best. um, so that was his shortcoming. Um, it, Foster came on and didn't do badly. So I think Hodgson won't have any problems with choosing those three. Butland gets back to injury, gets back fit, and Hot gets back fit. So those three should be the safeguards for the as goalkeepers. Um, the back four, you did have Danny Rose. I was very impressed with his performance yesterday. Um, I noticed that I think it's his style, but I'm not quite sure whether it will work all the time. He always uh, tucked in with the central backs uh, when they were on a defense, and therefore when the ball went out wide to one of the Germans winger playing on the wings, he had to move towards them first before he was able to defend. I don't know how effective that would be if you had a German winger who could cross very early once he got the ball, because then by the time he would have closed him down, the ball would be